Test, test.
I can hear you, David.
I can hear you.
Test, test.
I can hear you, David.
Test, test.
Hi, Stu, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. How about the other way?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if David can hear us, but at least we'll be able to hear the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in Boston for the month of November, so I'm limited to virtual attendance.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Test, test. Can you hear me, Stu?
I can, David.
Okay. I can't hear me through. I'm sorry. I can't hear me through this the speakers in the room. On Zoom, I can hear because I'm talking to you through my phone. But
Yeah,
do any of you need an announcement to make?
I don't think so, but I'm surprised.
John, do you have an announcement?
No,
Tom, how about you?
no, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably because the sound on this side isn't coming through, but I can fix that if you need to make an announcement. So if nobody needs to make an announcement, this actually works well because then we can talk outside of the presentation and then not worry about it. But it looks like the presentation is going. And just for everybody's benefit, I let Stu know the speaker, who's Air Force, has a video on his computer that he cannot get off of his laptop. So unfortunately, I've got to switch the HDMI cable to his computer because it's secure. The military won't let him offload that video. So we're going to have to, so you'll be dark for a little bit and it'll just be the regular screen up on the front. But that video you'll be able to hear, but you won't be able to see it because it's going to be from his. Then I'll switch back to his presentation, which is a normal presentation on our laptop.
Yeah,
Just so
David,
FYI.
David, there is an option if it's available. If he can sign his computer on the Zoom, he can share the video through his computer to Zoom. It doesn't have to be through our computer.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if his computer does that because it's military. It's kind of locked down, but I'll ask him.
Yeah, I mean, only if it can get to Wi-Fi and he can sign on to Zoom, he can just sign on to our meeting.
Okay. All right. I'll check and see if he can do that. Appreciate it. Thanks.
In fact, he could even share his slides that way. It works just everybody in the room will see it as well.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Bye. Tom, it always seems to be a little bit of an adventure here in AV world. I don't know why, because
Yeah, it's different every time, right?
well, the speakers always seem to throw a little bit of a loop. Like they'll walk in that morning and they'll say, "Well, I've got my presentation, but it was done in some obscure version of a program from Windward or WordPerfect or something." But you should have no problem with it, right?
Yeah. That could have been WordStar, right?
Yeah, I remember the time when I would go to a business meeting, and I would have a computer. I would bring a jump drive in case it didn't play from my computer, but I'd also bring some transparencies, and there would always be like a viewgraph machine as kind of a backup. And I would say probably one time in 10, that's what I had to resort to show something, because it's a little easier now. There's much more. The interfaces are much more universal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still better than it used to be,
You can always hold your fingers up in front of the light, and make shadow drawings. Yeah, I'm depressed. I wasn't in town for the air show. I was there a few years ago before COVID when they did it. It was really exciting.
Yeah, they do a good job with that. Boy Scouts used to have a private air showing when they do their Eagle Scout Day.
Yep.
The new Eagle Scouts would go out to Nellis and they'd have a private showing, and they'd be doing their practice runs with the Thunderbirds. So you could watch them do their practices, while you're out there, just the 20 of us or whatever would be out there at the time.
What I enjoyed when I was there, and I figured it would all be like stuff up in the sky. But the first time I was there, what I enjoyed was all the stuff that was parked in the tarmac. They had cargo planes and other kinds of civilian aircraft where you could actually just go inside and look around, and even the fighter jets where you couldn't get inside, they had like the plane captain and the pilot were standing next to it. You could ask them all sorts of interesting questions and stuff. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of people who live in the valley, they know Nellis is there, but I'm not sure they realize what a big deal it is, and Creech, and how much it contributes to the national defense, let alone our local economy.
Yeah, it's the only place you can do all those red flag exercises.
Yeah.
And then Edwards Air Force Base, you're still allowed to they can break the sound barrier over the tarmac if they want.
So to those that are listening on Zoom, this is David Jones in Las Vegas. I just talked with Bob Jones, who is our speaker, and he said that his system doesn't recognize Zooms. And he said, no, I don't want to have to hassle with that anyway. It's already teed up and ready to go. He did say that the video is on. If you want to watch the video, you can watch it now. It's on Aviation. If you just Google Aviation Nation 2022, that video is the same video that's right on their homepage. So you can watch that. But I just want to let you guys know that.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Maybe you could send the link in the chat. But you know, the other thing you can do is while the video is showing, you can point the camera at the screen. And it's not so much for Tom and myself, although I won't speak for Tom. I'd like the Facebook archive to have some sort of indication of what was going on.
Okay, I'll make sure I point the screen at it. We're good to go. All right, we're starting.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, bye. I'm going to go on mute.
Good afternoon and welcome. Our invocation this morning is going to be by Nancy Anderson.
Thank you, Katie. It is my privilege to do the invocation this morning because it's Aviation Nation. I do want to say that I was really honored when I got the call to do it because I have been in the military and I do hold a pilot's license. So, yeah, so here goes. Heavenly Father, thank you that I have the privilege of flying airplanes. Thank you that I can take to the skies, see Earth become small and fall away beneath me. Oh Lord, help me to fly with skill and diligence, to follow a procedure and to keep those I carry safe. And alert me to difficulties and dangers so that I may have time to respond and pray. And as I take to the skies, come lift my heart too. May I always give thanks to the goodness in my life. As the earth blurs away beneath me, come give me your heart for it. Please inspire my mind to see everything through your eyes. And may my prayers to be free, dynamic, and effective from this perspective. Lord, lead me closer to you each time I fly this plane. Amen.
Thank you, Nancy. Our song leader today is Suzette Wheeler, our new member.
Hi. Today we're going to sing America the Beautiful. If you've traveled around our lovely, wonderful United States, you see all of the various topography we have, and it's just amazing. Our country is just amazing. So I want to sing America the Beautiful. Let's start off. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of rain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Suzette. And our Sergeant at Arms today is Russ Swain. Okay, we'll do the pledge. I pledge allegiance. Okay, now our Sergeant at Arms is Russ Swain, who's not a new member.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians.
There he is. I knew you were out there somewhere.
You betcha.
Okay. We have, we do have an international visitor today. We have Murray is here.
Well, we always want to have Murray say hi to us, even though he's like a local guy now. Murray?
I know.
Well, I want to say thank you to all of you for having me here. I'd like to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you in my favorite month, February.
All right.
Also my favorite.
Good job.
We have a visiting Rotarian today. Okay, we have a visiting Rotarian back here from Los Angeles,
Where are we going?
back in the corner.
Back here? Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, come on, the meeting started. Visiting Rotarian? Okay, hi. Oh, here we go. Mike.
Look at Aaron. Aaron just walked away because he doesn't want to introduce Noel here. Noel is a Rotarian from West Covina previously. Oh, let him introduce himself.
It's a little technical because I'm part of the new cause-based clubs in Rotary. So I'm officially from the Rotary Club of District 5280 Rotarians Fighting Human Trafficking. I know it's a mouthful. I am unfortunately or fortunately its president-elect. And I also serve in my youth district for the district. So it's a pleasure being here. Noel Hernandez.
Thank you.
Here, you get a flag on behalf of the Las Vegas Rotary Club. Thanks for visiting us. Yeah, welcome.
And David Sajak is
Oh.
here.
Okay, here we go. We got another visiting Rotarian.
Visitors all over the place. My name is John Hultke, and I may not look like a visitor because I was here the last couple of meetings. And I moved to Las Vegas, so I'm thinking about doing it. But I am in Singapore, one of the 20+ clubs inside the city of Singapore. And the district also includes Malaysia and a few other places.
But you're joining us, correct?
Welcome. Is this the other?
No.
No, okay,
David
over here.
Sajak,
Okay, here we go. We got one
who
more.
is a member of our club, but we're losing him. And he has a flag to exchange from his new
Hi,
club.
yeah, I'm Dave Sajak. I was a member here 5 years. I transferred to Atlanta, and I brought you a nice flag from Atlanta.
Hey, we'll give you one to take back to your club.
All right, that'd be great. They're
There you
looking
go.
forward to it.
Hey, welcome back. Nice to see you.
Thank
There you
you.
go. Here, you can take that back to your club. Yeah. Thank you.
Do we have guests of Rotarians today? A lot.
Okay. Mike Ballard, past president Mike Ballard.
Hey, thank you, Past President Russ. I brought my business partner, Robbie Thomas, with me. This is his second or third time over the last year and a half coming to the club.
Okay, anybody else on this side of the room?
Some in the middle,
Okay, here we go.
over here in the back.
All right, here we go. Hey, I'm hustle across the room. Go, go, go.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I have a guest from California, a lady named Heidi Alfrey. She's the minister of the Unity Church of Ventura, California.
Yes, thanks. It's great to be here. What a beautiful invocation and song. And this keeps Ed out of trouble. And I'm really, I hear wonderful things this club does. So it's great to be here.
Thank you.
There you go.
Hello. Good afternoon, Rotarians. We have Benjamin McGovern, and he is actually the guest of Jared Kavanaugh. Benjamin moved here 2 years ago from Kansas City. With Jared not being here, I am his host by proxy.
Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Austin Wyrick here. I have the pleasure of introducing with me Ricky. He is the owner of Green Valley Tint, and he's here to check out our club today.
Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Austin.
Bert, how are you doing, my man? There you go.
I'm great, and I brought my friend David, who's retired.
Welcome, David. Anybody else?
Okay. So let's give a round of applause for our visitors and guests today. Okay, next week, please remember our meeting is going to be on Wednesday here. We'll be meeting with Kiwanis. It'll be a really exciting meeting. You want to be here. And if you want a seat, you better let Sean know so we can make reservations with Lowry's. So please make a note. Barbara Castro.
Oh, right away. Hey, Jim Tucker was trying to talk to me and I got a little distracted again. You know, I'm a little
He's a
ADD, right?
troublemaker.
Okay, it's okay. We all know Russ. It's fine. Hi guys. So I want to just say really quick here that we raised a lot of money for the canned food drive, and I just want to share something really quick with you. I grew up very, very poor, right? So to see everyone here come to and raise money for a good cause, it just means the world to me. And I want to thank you all for that. And there's so many families that are really going to take in this Thanksgiving, and it's because of all of you contributing. So from me, I would just like to say thank you personally for that. Also, this is the last week, or possibly next week, you guys can bring cans if you'd like. But to donate for the canned food drive, it is the last week here. So yeah, we did good. We did good, guys. And it's an honor to be able to do that with all of you. Next thing, we are having a 25 Club social. It's going to be at Larry Cohn's house, December 1st at 6 p.m. We are going to have some members graduating from the 25 Club. So it's going to be a fun time. Please come. And last thing, we are going to be doing a 25 Club project. It's something that's very passionate to me, the environment. We're going to be giving catalogs, environmental catalogs to the schools that we sponsor. So if you would like to be a part of that, let me know. It's going to be a 25 Club project theme. So thank you.
And these are catalogs?
Yeah.
Books, okay. Geared for the kids. Okay, good. Thank you. Jackie, do you want to do a recap of Breakfast with Books?
Jackie.
Russ
Okay,
is
here we
getting his
go.
exercise today.
I told you I'd give you the microphone, right? Right away.
Thank you, Russ. Yes, on Tuesday, we had Family Literacy Program, also known as Breakfast with Books, over at Beckley. And that's one of the favorite projects that we've been doing for several years. A little bit light on the attendance. We had 29 adults, 29 children. We had a grand total of 14 Rotarians volunteering. So thank all of you for showing up. Gave away a lot of books, gave a lot of breakfast items. And the next one will be, mark it down, January 10th. Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
James Cole, do you want to make the announcement about the backpack?
Past President Jim Cole. There you go.
President Katie and my fellow Rotarians, this Saturday, we're doing a backpack stuffing for the Santa Claus project. It's going to be at the Boy Scout Area Council facility, which is Paradise and Warm Springs, basically. So we're looking for volunteers to help out. It'll be 9 o'clock in the morning, and we have stuff to put in. The backpacks have been donated by the Boy Scouts. Nikki Bates got us some books, and we have dental kits from UNLV, and of course we have the sports balls and other things to put in there too. So really could use your help. And then I'm also looking for help on the day of Santa Claus to help at the Boy Scout facility again. It's a really fun way to interact. If you've seen the video, the kids run around and we have all these games for them. So it's a different type of experience for Santa Claus. I recommend it, but if you sign up for it, and there is a sheet in the Green Book, you're not going to be able to shop. You can swing by them all and say hi and say everybody, but we do need you at the facility at 9 o'clock on the day of Santa Claus. Thanks.
Okay, do you want to take the microphone to Ginger? There
she
she is.
is.
Oh,
Okay.
standing room only.
Thank God I have long legs. I can get across the room pretty quick.
Thank you, President Katie. I just wanted to say that we still need volunteers for Santa Claus to shop with the kiddos. We need people at all three malls. Financially, we're doing well. We received our match check today, which if President Katie lets me in a few minutes, I'll show you. Yeah, please bring your friends, family members, business associates, and come out and shop with the kids. We need at least about 30 people at each mall.
There's no time like the present if you want to do that now.
I'm not ready.
Oh, all right. Let me know when you are.
Okay.
Janice Lanky, do you want to talk about the holiday party?
Hi, Russ. Thank you. The holiday party, Thursday, December 8th, JW Marriott Hotel. We are a little over 100 people, which is great. We usually have about 120. Ample free parking, great environment. And I just got word today that they upgraded us to a ballroom that was going to cost me like a lot of extra money that we said no. So they did go ahead and upgrade us today. It's great to have hotel connections.
Nice.
Great menu. We got that DJ guy.
Oh, the guy with the speaking shirt.
Yeah. DJ Greg. And everybody who signed up by today for the holiday party, past President Jackie Thornhill donated that cute Santa holding soda. Some people thought he was holding beer. It's soda. It's Coca-Cola. And Tony, thank you for your help, and Sean. We did a raffle before everybody got here today, and the winner is the loudest man in our club.
Wow, that's great news. Thank you. Yeah, guess who gets that? Mom does, right? Hey, pause and smile. Right?
And continuing on that theme, we have Magical Forest at Opportunity Village. Sign up in the Green Book for that. That's always a fun thing to do, especially if it's not 40 degrees. Austin. We had a couple of things get donated today. While Austin is coming up here, Arlene has dog treats for those who had signed up for them. And I don't know if you've distributed those yet. Okay, that's all taken care of. Great. So Tom, do you want to come up?
I'm really just here for looks. Tom's got the stuff, so.
A little history, Vegas history for those who might be new to town. About 40 years ago, a group of business guys went to Oklahoma City. It included my father, Benny Binion, and some other guys. And they met with the Professional Rodeo Association and convinced the rodeo to come to Las Vegas. And ever since then, National Finals Rodeo has been sold out every single year. And the reason they brought it to Vegas during that time slot was because that was the dead period in town when there was no action at the hotels. So between Thanksgiving and Christmas, they were able to fill up the Vegas hotels. And it's just grown and grown and grown. So to finalize our last opportunity to raise some money, in recognition of all Barbara's done for our food efforts next week, I'm donating 2 tickets for the final night of the rodeo. Center section, so it's section 106. It's just dead center, row C. And as all of you know that have gone to the rodeo, it's usually the last night that determines who gets the gold buckles. So it's a big deal the last night. So it's really fun. So I'll turn it over to our auctioneer, Austin, for the bidding on these 2 tickets. Center section, row C, National Finals Rodeo, last evening. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Saturday, December 10th. Saturday, December 10th. Yeah, the last night of the rodeo. You can wear anything you want.
Well, yeah, you can. I mean, it sounds like these tickets are priceless. It sounds like you have to be Tom to get these tickets. So we're just gonna go ahead and start this bidding. $500. All right, we got 500. You know what? That was too easy. Let's shoot for 1,000. I got $1,000 right there. This is again too easy, so I'm gonna shoot to 1,500. $1,500, guys. Come on. It's for the children. Right there, 1,500. Thank you. Don't doubt me, Tom. Thank you. He's over here like, you better start lower. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just
Going
want-
once.
Hold on. Whoa. It's 50. How about 1,600? Come on. I know deep pockets when I see it. Come on. 1,500 going once, twice, sold. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Tom. We have one other item I should have auctioned off first. It was handed to me right before the meeting. And it really is a cool book. It's called Skirts That Swept the Desert Floor. Susan Ziobro brought this in. And one of the women featured in this was Laura Bell Kelch, who was one of our first members in the club. So Austin, do you want to?
Sure, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna start this off. This book was given by Susan Ziobro. That in itself starts it off at $500. Who's got $500?
That might be strong.
$400. All right, guys, you guys are killing me. $100. We got $100 right here. Thank you. $150. $150, guys. Come on, it's going to
I'll
the
do
children.
150.
You'll do 150. We got 150. 200. Let's close it out. 200. Who's got 200? We got 200 right there. 250. 225 right there. You gonna battle her for it? No, you're gonna fight her in the parking lot when she leaves with it, huh? I get it. All right. Cool. 225 going once, twice. Sold. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. I want to thank everybody for their generosity. This is a kind of a grudge match every year with the Kiwanis Club, a friendly grudge match. We, I think, have blown the doors off. And even if they beat us this year, everybody wins and the Salvation Army is going to be thrilled. So it will be really a good thing. And I thank you all. Oh, Ginger's ready now. Come on up.
Speaking of great generosity, this is the match from the Engelstad Foundation for all the generosity of all of you and the other Rotary clubs in town and everybody else who supports Santa Claus. I'm going to show you. $46,000. That's the match. That's the match. That's how much we raised before the deadline for the match.
Thank you all so much. Okay, we have an induction. Nikki and Melanie and Larry. And Larry's sponsor. Okay. Bill Houghton's not here. That's right. Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn this over. Good afternoon, Rotarians. We have a wonderful induction today for Larry, and I would like Melanie will be the alternate sponsor. Bill Houghton is his sponsor, but he won't be able to be here for the next couple of meetings, so we didn't want Larry to have to wait. So Melanie.
Yeah, she just said what I was going to say. We just can't wait for him to be a member, so we're just going to step in and do this for Bill. So Larry Goldstein, Larry lives in Henderson with his wife Paula. He has 2 daughters living in Los Angeles and the other in Boston. Larry Goldstein is a business broker whose expertise includes business valuation and complex negotiations. Larry is the author of Make Me an Offer, a guidebook for small business buyers and sellers. Larry has a BS in electrical engineering and an MBA from the University of Southern California. He is a die-hard USC Trojan football fan.
Right on.
Larry, if you'd like to say it.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, especially the lone USC Trojan in the crowd. I'm leaving tomorrow for Pasadena. I'm very excited about the SC UCLA game this year. It feels like we've been in the dumps for about 10 years, so that's a thrill. But really, what's important, I want to first of all thank my sponsor, Bill Howden, who's not here, but I've known Bill ever since I got to Las Vegas. And we've done business together, and I happen to have run into him over the summertime, and he mentioned that I ought to come visit the club, and I'm really thrilled that I have. I also want to thank very much Nikki and to Melanie. They've been just a joy to work with and to bring me up to speed on what goes on with this club and make me feel welcome. And I think it was more conversation than interview, so that was great. So thank you for that. And I just thought a couple of thoughts. When I tell people about Rotary, they say, well, what is Rotary? And so I've kind of encapsulated into a couple of bullet points of what really seems to be my view and why I want to join Rotary again. And that is to roll up my sleeves and to contribute by actually doing some work, to be able to help fundraise and to contribute money towards really unbelievably important and valuable charities within our community, and I guess within the world as well. I want to meet new friends and increase my socialization, which is something that we all can get isolated, and this is a great opportunity from my perspective to increase my social network, and then to be able to make my business expertise and my business skills available to people. But really, the thing that when I was a member of the Las Vegas Downtown Rotary years ago, that sticks out of my mind are the great speakers. Every single week, I am absolutely in awe and amazed by what people are able to do in our community and the opportunity to support them. So it's my honor and privilege to become a member of this great club, and I thank you all.
Larry, that was amazing. Thank you so much. And the check's in the mail about me and Melanie. All right, now for the induction ceremony. Fellow Rotarians, on behalf of the Las Vegas Rotary Club, Larry, we stand before you today. Louder, sorry guys, that's always the complaint when I talk. All right. We stand before you to lead you into a new, great adventure in friendship and in service to your vocation, to your community, and to your fellow man, just as you mentioned. You are joining all Rotarians, Larry, today in our club, Rotarians in our area, and over 1 million Rotarians throughout the world, where we are all united by the common ideal of service and committed to making the world a better place. Related to the ideal of service is our commitment to service above self. And of course, the famous four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? There is also something called the Rotarian Code of Conduct, whereby as Rotarians, we all agree to act with integrity and high ethical standards in both our personal and professional lives. Deal fairly with others and treat them with respect. Use our professional skills to mentor, help those with special needs, and improve people's quality of life in our community and the world. Avoid behavior that reflects adversely on Rotary or other Rotarians.
And finally, help maintain a harassment-free environment. Today, Larry, you become an ambassador of Rotary's message and our dreams for a better world. And it becomes your duty to carry these ideals and principles, not just forward, but outward. Through service, we shift our attention from ourselves and reaffirm that we have value to add to the world. We do not have a perfect world, which is why we all need to be partners in perfecting it. For it is through the service of Rotary that we create hope, and hope is humanity's greatest renewable resource. Excuse me. Today, you are being given a Rotary pin by your alternate sponsor, thank you, Melanie, and by which your fellow Rotarians and the community at large will recognize you as a Rotarian, and we ask that you wear it proudly. Rotarians, if you will stand and please welcome our newest member. It is our pleasure to honor and congratulate you, Larry.
Thank you. Welcome, Larry. Okay, now we have another presentation. Karen, you want to come up? Do you want me to announce it? Okay. We have the election results, next year's board. We have the duty as past presidents every year to nominate 10 people to stand for the board. We have 10 amazing people who run, and the bad news is we only get to elect 5. So, drum roll. There will be a short meeting of the new board. That's the members of the board who are continuing on, and the new board members in the bar right after this meeting. It'll take about 2 minutes. So the new members of the board are Dan Adamson, Carrie Groves, who's not here today, Susan Ziobro, John Pally, and Tina Bishop. We have a great board going forward. So we'll have a short meeting after this one and before the current board meeting. And I will have a few minutes for fellowship before we have the program. Thank you. Oh, you want that head table? I know. That's why I tucked it back.
Yeah, we have. Right on the main. LA. That's available. LA DJ. Not UCLA. I know. Yeah, it was great, right? Last year, yeah. And that's the only one that beat USC. In the Pac-12. Yeah, USC's got to get by UCLA this week and then Notre Dame the week after. Yeah. Yeah, USC is never that good. You know, I always say I always bet against the winner. Bet against USC, so either way I'm gonna win. LA. Yep. They just lost the running back. Wow. And I don't know why, how UCLA is. I don't know anybody on that team. You know, they were in the top 10 before they lost. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I think it's funny all the coaches that were at the coaches like
Riley? Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be a great. Yeah, I know. Wow. So my senior year at USC was Troy Aikman against Rodney Peete. What a game. Yeah, right. I wish I had a picture way back. Yeah, yeah. No, he's not that good. Yeah. Did you see the Vikings thing? The Vikings Bills? Oh my God, that had to be like the best end of a football game in the night. It was unbelievable. Everything that we're just gonna hold the ball and run out the clock. Like I fumbled it at the goal line. Right? The quarterback for Bill fumbled it. Josh Allen fumbled it at the goal line. Vikings scored 4. They recovered and get a touchdown and tied the game. And then it was just one thing after another. They lost in double and over. This week, the Bill Brown game was like 4 feet of snow forecast. Yeah. It's going to be mostly Friday. That's the way it feels. Right. I always get a little miffed every season because I don't see at least one game in the snow. Right? Just miserable. Right? You mentioned Rodney Peete. Oh, yeah. I wonder what he's doing.
Okay, before we introduce the speaker, our raffle today, our pot was at $17.95 before we sold tickets today, and Arlene looked really happy over there. So the ticket to do the drawing is 1172389. Oh, we have a winner. Pizza Molis. So $10, you get your money back. And the ticket for the Lowry Bucks today, 1172351.
Burn it. Burn, baby, burn.
Gonna make me put my glasses back on and read it again. 1172351. Nobody got it? Sean, we need another ticket. Okay, thank you. All right. 117-2276. Well, pick up his tickets. You'll never know. That doesn't meet the four-way test. Again, nobody got it? Oh, Ed. Ed got it. Good. Yeah, $50 in lottery bucks. There you go. And I'd like Bob Steeren to come up and introduce our speaker for today.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and friends. How do you do? Hey, it's my honor to introduce the speaker today. Our speaker is Bob Jones, and Bob has a relationship going back a few years, because I understand that when he was in high school, he was president of the Rotary Club in Orange County, California, and they had adopted an orphanage in Mexico. Give it up to Bob for that. Bob's first air show at Nellis was the 50th anniversary of the air show in 1997. He's been the director of the Nellis Air Show, the Air Show Aviation Nation, for 22 years. Now, I've known Bob a little bit, but I've never seen his resume. Look at that resume. You talk about a guy that can't hold a freaking job. I tell you, I got a little concerned, so I called Bob didn't know this, but I called his boss. I asked his boss, what's going on? He can't, this the only job he can hold? And I quote, I am going to keep him there until he gets it right. Not true. That's misinformation. It came off the media. Yeah. Bob does get it right. Bob is the principal reason that the Blue Angels are recognized across the world. The Thunderbirds as the greatest show on earth. Give it up for Bob Jones, please.
I thought I'd have to change services there for a minute. So, yeah, I don't do, that's my brother. He's the squid. Well, first of all, it's a privilege to be here. As Bill said, one, I'm here to talk to you about a program that's near and dear to my heart, Aviation Nation. So we'll go ahead, Dave, let's run the video. Okay.
Might be bitter by now.
So if that doesn't get your blood pumping, I think you need to check your pulse on that one. So as I was saying, it's a privilege to be here, one, to talk about Aviation Nation, but more importantly, as kind of as Bill touched on, for kind of rekindling some long memories. As Bill said, back in my high school days, had the privilege of working with the Rotarians in Orange, California. And we had a program, Interact, at Orange High School, which we did a lot of good things in the community, as hearing today. That tradition continues on with Rotary. But we did, as Bill said, we adopted an orphanage in Tijuana, Mexico, and did the normal stuff, you know, bringing food, clothing, and that. But probably one of the best projects we did was we went down on a weekend and we built them a full basketball court, and they loved it. In fact, I don't think the concrete had fully dried and they wanted to get on it and go for it. So appreciate that. So with Aviation Nation, how many of you had an opportunity to go there a couple of weeks ago? Awesome. I hope y'all liked it. Oh, great. Aviation Nation, we used to do this air show every year, but because of the ops tempo that we have, the operation tempo, manning, and the cost, because this is not cheap. We pay for it out of our daily, what we call operational funds. So something has to give. So we went through every other year. I got the remote. Okay, you trust me with the remote. Awesome. So what I want to do is give you a little bit of a recap for those of you that didn't have an opportunity to go there. Aviation Nation 2022, like Bill says, I've been associated with this air show in one form or fashion at Nellis for 25 years. And so Aviation Nation 22 was by far a resounding success. And there are several reasons for that, which I'll cover. And then I'll also want to kind of get into, because a couple of folks approached me early on, is, hey, you know, how do we get involved? You know, how can we get there? And I'll cover that. All right, so Aviation Nation, here's some photographs that we've got. We are not blowing up the Thunderbirds here, but in the picture is a T-33 Ace Maker. And the explosions in the back are what we call pyrotechnics that we have. We did several of those. Up here in the upper right, one that is a real crowd pleaser, because the whole reason we do air shows across the country is, one, to educate the public on what our mission is. What do we do at Nellis Air Force Base? And if you haven't gone out there, Nellis Air Force Base, we are what is termed as the crown jewel of the Air Force. Everything that goes into our operational Air Force and into some of our sister services on their weapon system all has to be tested here at Nellis. It does. Over across from the Sheephorns Range there to the north, on the other side, there's 2.9 million acres that we have as kind of, as we term it, a playground. I'm sure all of you that have been here for a while have red flag. You hear red flag, you hear that sound of freedom. Not quite that, but sound of freedom, in the air. And but where they play and where they go is out on that 2.9 million acres. So to educate all of those folks about what we do, that's why we do an air show. Recruiting is another thing. I'm sure you all see the news. Services across the board are having issues with recruiting. So we have to take every opportunity to do that. But one of those acts that we do that show you what our mission is our combat arms demo, which is up in the upper right. And besides the helos, for those of you who saw it, we had pyrotechnics, of course, and we had just about every airframe that we have stationed at Nellis involved in that. In the lower left, again, this was the 75th anniversary of the Air Force. So to kind of pay homage to that, this is our heritage flight. So you've got, the World War II workhorse, which is P-51 Mustang, the small one out front. And then you've got the two brand new 5th-gen fighter aircraft, which is the F-35 and the F-22 in this formation. Again, tying the past with the future. The middle one, again, for those of you that were there, you saw we had a huge crowd. We had 110,000 folks plus, which is low for our air show. Usually we're right about 167, 170, but it's good because we were competing with 3 other large events the same weekend. So we kind of pulled our more than our fair share of the guests with 110. It all started on Thursday, and I don't know if you're aware of it, but we partner with the Clark County School District. And what we did is we had a STEM program. And the STEM program on Thursday, we had 1,562 students out there for half a day. We had interactive STEM displays, hands-on stuff that they could do, also some educational. And one of the other items, and it'll be on another slide when at the next slide, we had Miss Hillary Coe. If that name is not familiar with you, Hillary Coe is an amazing woman. She's only about 40-something, but to see her biography and her background and where she started, as she says, space and science was not even in my dream when I was going through school. In fact, some folks from Los Angeles and California, she went to the film academy there in Los Angeles, and that's what she wanted to do with filmmaking. And windows of opportunity and doors open for her, and she got into the space program. She is the lead designer for SpaceX, working directly with Elon Musk. She also sent a congratulatory text to her this morning because the Artemis space program with NASA, she's one of the program engineers with them. And she's done a whole lot of things. So it was a great honor to have her come and talk to the students. And basically it was about following your curiosity. Don't burn in bridges and things, and the students loved it. And we did, in fact, have a large crowd on the show. Another reason why we do this is the right-hand picture. This is Captain Mama. Captain Mama is a former Air Force heavy pilot. She flew in C-130. She also flew a number of the other cargo airplanes. But she retired. She got out. She writes books, and she writes books for children. And that's what she does. She's just now starting out, going to a lot of air shows. She brings flight suits that the kids can try on, walk around, be a pilot for a short while. But you would be surprised at how many people you talk to that are either an aviator or some other fashion in the Air Force. and you ask them, so what got your interest in the Air Force? And I would say out of 10 people that all asked, at least 6 of them, if not 7 of them, are going to say, I attended an air show with my dad or my mom or something like that. And that spark was ignited. So that's why it's very important for us to give these kids this exposure and to have some fun. All right, Dave, I think I broke your, is it a delay? Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you are technically savvy on this thing. I have problems with my cell phone. It takes me 3 days to do it. I hand it to my granddaughter. She fixes it in 3 seconds, Anyway, with Aviation Nation, one of the things that our leadership wanted to do with Aviation Nation was, hey, it is 75th. It is special. We want a number of firsts. So we achieved this. So going around the horn here with some of the pictures. So over here on the far left-hand side, that is Bill Stein. We raced Aftershock, which is the jet truck. And yes, there is a jet engine strapped to that truck. And for those of you that were there that were by the crowd line, when he went up and down, you felt the heat. Yeah, when he was going by, I was looking for the marshmallows, the chocolate, and that said, we can make some s'mores here quickly. Going up, we had Eric Tucker. And Eric Tucker has a unique act. He has a comedy act. And Eric Tucker comes from a long line. His dad was Sean Tucker, who is a legend in the air show business. But Eric does a comedy act in this little cup. He goes up very slow motion, doing some stuff. And ultimately, he lands that airplane on the top of a van that is moving. All right, yeah. And he doesn't miss. So that was good at first. The middle one here with the Thunderbirds and the parachute, we had a club that the paragliders, laser, awesome. I'm gonna keep it this way. You don't own it. Here it is here. So the paragliders went up, and we used them as kind of a teaser act. We had about 15 of them in the air, and they were up there for a long time. And so it's a first on them, and we're probably going to have them back, no doubt. This young lady right here is Jody Ruger. Jody flies a Pitts. She's out of Oregon, and she's just now starting in the air show business. And one of the other things that we were looking at, a target and objective of Aviation Nation 22 was we are going to have not only some firsts, but we're going to use Aviation Nation as kind of a springboard for some of these folks that are trying to break into the air show business and have something that, hey, the crowd, it's a crowd pleaser. And Jody fit that bill real well. This one here is Rob Holland. So Rob Holland is just in the Reno races. He just won his 15th championship up at Reno. And he and Rob Holland over here took turns racing Aftershock on this. This is Hillary Coe in the cockpit with the T-Bird. She got a ride. So like I said, she just is an amazing woman in her background. The reason I have this billboard picture here is this was anybody from RTC? Clark County RTC? RTC came to the table and said, hey, we want to help. How can we help you advertise your air show? So what we did is we used the poster for the air show. They went out and printed them, and around the valley, they put them in all of the pickup points for the RTC buses. Plus, on all of the buses up on the headliner, they had a landscape version of this. Again, advertising. They didn't stop there. For those of you that go to the Death Star or to the BGK meetings, you know that they go out and they have game day pickups. Well, we used that model and we did the same thing. We had 6 places around the valley that they had pickup, which was great for us because one of the things that we have found, especially in 22, where people are coming out and getting a little more, hey, I'll go out to these public sites and everything like that post-COVID. A lot of the air shows are experiencing huge crowds that they're not prepared for that big of a tsunami of crowds to come to it. We, on the other hand, took some of the lessons learned, and thanks to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, who donated their entire parking lot to us, and then we bus people over. This was a great thing because it helped us with our traffic flow and that. So again, it's a first. Shockwave here. We actually weren't going to have, Aftershock. We were supposed to have Shockwave. Some of you probably saw the news. Unfortunately, during the 4th of July weekend up at Battle Creek, during an air show, Shockwave in its jet truck had an accident. The back tire right now blew and ruptured the propane tank, which then started a chain reaction and engulfed the entire truck. And unfortunately, Chris Darnell, who I've never had the privilege of meeting, but we've been conversing on the phone for 3 months prior to this because he has never been to Nellis Aviation Nation. Was really looking forward to doing this. And unfortunately, Chris Darnell died up there during that air show. So the Darnell racing team said, hey, we want to continue on with Chris's legacy. So they brought the other jet truck, and it was a hit, especially with the kid. I saved the best for last. This young lady right here, Kelly Hudson Cook. Kelly was our air boss. All right, she ran everything on the ground that dealt with aviation or taxiing, and she ran the show. Kelly is the first female air boss to ever perform at Nellis, and she's one of only about 2 certified air bosses in the continental United States. Story about Kelly. Kelly is a Las Vegas. Kelly was stationed out at Nellis for many, many years. All of the people that are in the tower and that old guys like me that are still hanging around, working air traffic control, she was a certifier for him when she was on active duty. She retired about 5 years ago. So it was a pleasure to be dealing with somebody that was familiar with the airspace, because you just can't throw airplanes up in the sky when you have, Harry Reid, you have Northtown, you have Boulder City, Henderson, and then also down in Utah. You've got a lot of people compete for that airspace to do what we're doing here. So it was great to have her. So just to give you an idea, for those of you that didn't go there, our flight line, this is kind of the ramp map. So our people, our guests came over on Saturday and Sunday from the Speedway. We dropped them off here. We had 100 buses. This is a C-5 Galaxy, the largest cargo aircraft in the world. So the crew dropped the ramp, brought the nose up, and that was our gateway to the show. People could go in, go through the C-5 if they wanted. They could get a tour of the C-5, which a lot of people took advantage of. And then as you come in, we've got static displays from helos to heavies. Coming down in here, we've got the Thunderbirds and then our 5th gen folks in here. These are our home jets that we had. We put out a display of every jet that we fly at Nellis, again, to educate people on what we do. We also had, in this area here, the aggressors. The aggressor squadron out at Nellis, their sole job is to try and electronically kill us when we're doing a red flag or some other large-scale exercise. Their job is to study what our adversaries do in the air and replicate that and try and kill us. All right. And so they had a large presence out there. It happened to be their 50th reunion. So we paid homage to them and had them down here with some of their infamous airplanes that are specially equipped and specially painted. And then we ended up with all of the heavies down in here. All in all, this is 1.5 miles from where you get off the bus and go all the way down. So to help out, again, Las Vegas Motor Speedway came in and loaned us their Disney trams. And so we, on this road here, constantly had a tram. The other fact about Aviation Nation, unlike other civilian air shows, the parking's free, the bus ride is free, and there is no tickets. You as taxpayers, I as a taxpayer, have already paid for this stuff. We, by law, cannot charge those folks. So Aviation Nation is the largest free event in Southern Nevada. So it's awesome. It really is. And like I said, trying to kindle that spark on that kid, that future aviator is a great challenge, but the team really knocked it out of the park. So to answer the question a couple of you all had is what's ahead, what's going on. We, like I said, we do air shows now every other year. So our next one is in November of 24. I have already started planning. This was supposed to be my last air show, as I was planning to retire next year. So my boss informed me on Sunday when he announced it that this is not my last air show, and I'm not retiring. So I've already started with a skeleton team planning for 24. And it's going to be bigger and even better. One, we're going to partner again with Clark County, but what we're going to do is we're going to expand the STEM program. We only usually have it on Thursday. We are at the south end where all of those big jets are. The plan is to build kind of an exhibit hall. We're going to bring in Jet Propulsion Lab. We're going to bring in NASA. We're going to bring in some of the aerospace industry folks. And we're going to go out and get any of the STEM-related interactive stuff for the kids. And we're going to have it all 3 days. We're going to have a competition. And we're going to get sponsorship to give those kids a prize. Okay? So the other thing is, and I know there's a lot of business folks in here, so if you're looking for an opportunity to reach a market that you might not have access to, talk to Bill. Bill knows how to get a hold of me. We can set up on email. We are going to revise our entire marketing strategy to give you more return on investment and to give you more exposure. One of those is we're going to have a large production company come in, something we tried back several years ago, but again, don't have the funding. But we're going to have a worldwide live internet streaming of the air show. And on that, we will be able to run ads. So that's going to be a good point. The other thing is we're going to add a night show. Okay. We're going to, I know this year we opened at 8. Probably on Friday and Saturday, we're going to open somewhere around 11 and start the show. And then we'll slide right into a night show. On that one. So I don't do it on Sunday because Sunday ends daylight savings time. And when the sun goes down, it gets closed. So if you are interested in being a part of Aviation Nation to 2024 with your business in that, or just want to come out, hey, please get a hold of Bill. Bill can put us in contact. We'd be more than happy to have you part of this great event that we have here. So with that, I think I'm running out of time. So real quick, does anybody have any questions or anything that I can answer for you? Sir. So the firepower demo, which is separate from the air show down towards Breach, if we had the money, we would probably do that. We're doing a lot of things right now around the globe that takes away from our ability to do that. I'd love to do it. I liked it, but each one of those demonstrations cost over $2.5 million. Yeah, the bombs aren't cheap. Bombs aren't cheap, you know, and that. So, other questions?
I'm sorry to cut you off. It's a great program.
I've been getting the hook. I know.
No, people will get up and walk out. And it's not pretty. So
No worries. Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for being here. Don't go away. And as Larry said when he was inducted, we've had great programs, Greg. Thank you. And I would like to present you, Bob, with the Soul Power Award, which represents a pair of shoes to a needy child in your name. So
Thank you very much. Oh. Awesome. Thank you very much.
thank you. Meeting adjourned. The new board, please meet in the bar, and the ongoing board, please meet in the vintage room. Thank you. Got to, okay.
Well, good, no plan, that's good memories.
I'm glad. He just hasn't shut off out. Who's there? Okay. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yes, we
Tom
can.
hear
Yep.
us, we can't hear Tom. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. You have a consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Second? Do we have a quorum? Should, two. We lost 4, 6. We have 7. We don't. We have 6. Well, we have 2. Oh, you have, yes, we do. Yeah, okay, all right, sorry.
We have 7 in here.
Okay,
so
so
Mike
made the motion. Brian, thank you. Okay, so all in favor of approving the consent agenda?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Approve that. Action items. Membership termination, Paul Kruger. Paul Kruger, we have tried to contact him by mail, by phone, email, text. We can't. He's far behind on his dues, so he is. I'm assuming he's just, I tried to see if he's okay.
May I ask, just the same thing we did up with another one? Did we try the business number?
He doesn't have a Christmas.
Okay.
Could I interrupt a minute? Are we still streaming on Facebook?
Sorry,
Are we still streaming on Facebook?
Kirk was gonna go by. And check.
Oh, yeah, yes, we are, and I'll cancel that. Thank you. I forgot.